Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr in the next episode. And wow, the Black Legion Relic Decimator looks absolutely amazing, I have to say, at least in my view. Anyhow, we are here again with our little Crusader and we are in for a demonic incursion, a small one. This time the power rating is higher than the one in the last episode with our little Crusader. But anyhow, the mission briefing is armed heretics and investigators have, did I pronounce that right? I don't know, have barricaded themselves on the upper level of a spire habitat after their assassination attempt failed. Order Psychos have reported warcraft-related spikes of psychic activity from the sealed section, warranting immediate intervention. Orders: enter the habitat and deal with the threat. Objectives: destroy several warp gates that spawn sorry, my English there again. Sorry. So there is again the Black Legion Relic Decimator, absolutely amazing. Destroy several warp gates that spawn chaos reinforcements from the Immaterium. Destroy all warp gates, and that we will do right now.
Warp rifts are active in the area. Don't stay in that cesspit any longer than necessary, Inquisitor.
Well, at least I will try. And there we have a... I should have been cleared of that when I selected the mission. On the one hand, you see, if you compare to the last episode, the power rating is a tiny little bit higher. Actually, above our power rating, and there you see, you know, the enemies are kicking in more heavily and are doing more damage than before. And there you see the differences in the power rating. Although I have to say, one of my most hated enemies in this game are actually the rogue psychos. These guys, they, as you see, have the little champion tags, so they are so beefy, and especially if they are combined with other enemies like they are here, where you have to focus on the other ones first. That is absolutely heavy to deal with. And on the other hand, you see what I'm still actually wondering, why the Black Legion actually is having the shields. If you compare that with the other Legion, Traitor Legion guys in this game, they are actually not having the shield. Do you know, have you any information on that? That would actually be nice to know why. And honestly, background wise, I know the Black Legion, I know Abaddon is the leader of them currently right now, but honestly I was not, at least in this game, you know, they are affiliated with they are always running around here in the game with plenty of rogue psychos. Was the Black Legion so heavily using psychos? I don't know that, to be precise here. So we again here of course need to do some kiting. That actually brings me really to the point. I got on one episode, I can't remember which one, at the date this episode is actually coming out, it's 1 or 2 weeks in the future, said it was a little bit of too much running in the episode. And you know, there are certain phases in this game where you can't, you know, where you just need to fall back. Not heavily kite, but you can't completely kite. You know, if I'm saying kiting, I mean kiting like in the Van Helsing game, for example, or like in StarCraft 2. But you need to fall back, regenerate a little bit, go into the enemies again, because otherwise you would die. But that is just my 5 pieces to that. So first warp beacon down, and I would like to kill some other enemies here. There are quite a lot of psychos I don't like that. So let's bring down some of the beasts right here. Every falling enemy at this point, of course, is helping us out quite intensively. And these are, of course, points I don't fully understand as well, that sometimes all of the enemies are suddenly attacking, not suddenly, but taking it onto you. And then here's some points you really have to get close to them for them to get into. And is it really that? If you know that, then, you know, leave me a comment and tell me. This mission feels so much harder than the last day's episode. I don't know why we are losing health so quickly, and especially champions are not necessarily tanking up so much damage, but it feels so much harder here. Especially, I think the rogue psychos there, of course, do their part. So at least with the jumps we can do some free damage. A little problem I already see by now. If we don't find any what do you want to say? If you don't find any inoculator refills, this is going to be really pretty dicey. That is all I can say. We are now down to 1 and only 1 shielding, so that is quite hard. The problem I already see, we just killed 1. We haven't even killed 1 warp gate, so that could be a tiny little problem. Let's take down... Oh crap, I may have done a tiny little mistake in jumping in here. The plan was, that was at least in my mind... Oh, we destroyed it, nice. So that was the plan, destroying it and prevent reinforcements from coming in. I hope that we are going to find, if we survive this, well, we haven't died yet, to find, before we face the next warp gate, that we actually find some inoculator refills. And honestly, I just would like to go on and don't face the rest. That could now be a little problem, so let's get the hell out of here, because the enemies are following us. That is another point. Don't get me wrong, that's not hating, where I don't completely understand the game dynamics. And yes, we are over 400 episodes by now, and I still don't understand it. So you may call me stupid, but you know, that's just me. Why sometimes the enemies are following you? Is this just, you know, the impression I'm having, or is it really that? I have the feeling sometimes, you know, the enemies... I burned to all of our supplies there, that was really bad. Sometimes they are immediately following you, and sometimes they are not. And I'm not too certain about why or at which points they are actually doing that. That I would like to know. If you know it, guys, tell me. So, Les Pistol is actually overheated. That is not nice. I'm honestly thinking about going... I like the dual pistol thing, because I, in other games like dual wielding swords, for example, I think it's absolutely amazing. I'm thinking about switching from the Les Pistol and the bolt gun to bolt gun and plasma pistol, plasma gun, to get a little bit more damage against the enemies. At least here we have a refill with void shields, not grenades. That is of course nice. And we go on. Well, I can go then there. Alright. So let's take him down. Now, of course, the refill with the void shield. Oh, I actually wanted to use pistols. The void shields there, of course, are going to increase our lifetime quite intensively, because, you know, the they give 4,000, yes, 4,000 bonus HP, and that is absolutely incredible and can be a lifesaver. I honestly don't... Yes, the health regeneration is kicking in during that time. So that is the important part there. The good thing is we have a medical refill pack here. And that means with good thing is that we can then at least take down this warp gate. I hope we are going to take down the other warp gates as well, but as of yet I am not too certain. As you can see, we take quite the beating here, and I would like to focus down this, I would call him, oh crap, I tapped out. Sorry, I would call him Raptor, but that I am not. Yes, with jump packs is normally a Raptor, although Raptors actually are actually in close combat, aren't they? So let's take the... Oh crap. There we definitely need to take the Void Shield to absorb some damage here. There you can see 3 guys there are absolutely kicking the damage in. And that is what I was, you know, why I am still a little bit afraid when you are facing, for example, 2 Nurgle Marines just equipped with bolt guns. They take my character down here so quickly. That is a little bit insane. But anyhow, I don't know why I'm again talking about that. Anyhow, that is not the point. We are at least going to take down this warp gate, of that I'm certain. And then we still have actually 3 lives left to go on against the rest of the warp gates, which we then will even do. So I would like to try to take down the rogue psycho there at first, which I should do now. Down he is, and then we switch to the bolt gun and take those nasty buggers down here. By now I don't know what kind of reinforcements the warp gate has actually brought in. But there goes another beacon. I'm going to jump in here.
I shall wear your cadaver.
That one is down as well. Is he down? No. What I see is a little bit of a problem right now is that there are 1, 2, 3 or 4. No, I think 3 rogue psychos, and they are insane. I tell you, no, 3, 4. Yes, 4. No. Yes, sorry. Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm really confused right now. So, a couple of rogue psychos there. If you get the correct number, tell me. I think it are 4 plus the rest there. Yes, no, I see there are 4. And you have seen 1 gave us trouble before. And with 4 of them, that is actually absolutely insane. So let's try to take down the renegade soldiers, and then we will focus on the psychos. Let me at least bring 1 down. I can jump in here, take another inoculator, and you can see they are giving us quite the battle out there. So as you know, they are basically 4 champions. There are 4 champions, and not champions, commanders, and that, you know, makes it there hard to go against. That is absolutely weird and amazing at the same time. We are now overwhelmed, and there we may have a thing to work on with this character, that when our suppression resistance is down, you see we are in a world of hurt or pain, if you may call it that way. So there we really have to work on, because we can't really face the enemies there. So at least the blue beam there, I should always get out of the way. I think the green spell there, you can't really do anything against it. But the point out there is 2 of these guys or 3 of these guys are insane, because you can't get out of all the shots they put at you. At least that is my experience. And here we have new resupply. I have to tell you, and that I mean really honestly, without these 2 resupplies there, I think we wouldn't have made it through the next stage. So stay tuned. I should tactically take the supply box first, so that we can use a inoculator in time of need. So the question is, what would you do? Would you already use them inoculators here, or rather die and use them in at the next warp gate, or would you or would you rather die and not take them right now? Probably that really doesn't matter, I guess. So that one is down, gave us a nice little plasma pistol, and we of course take the void shield refill there gladly. We take it gladly, and that is a weird combination as well. Although I have to say, what I think is quite funny is that you, with the Black Legion champions for example, that the shield is going, that the health is going down faster than the shield. I think that is quite nice to know. So taking him down, and I have the feeling once the shield is down and you are actually closing in and taking down his HP, there the shield generation is off limits. At least that is how it feels like. As I hopefully said in one of the last episodes, is guys, if you have any suggestions for what games I could play, or for what games you would like to see on this channel, leave me a comment. I had a conversation in the comments a couple of days ago, at the date when I recorded this episode, of a game to play which is currently in a I forgot the game title, sorry, which is currently on Kickstarter, and that game I'm going to play. Maybe I'm going to look it up quickly once we have beaten the mission, so I can at least give you the name. But the game is currently on a Kickstarter campaign, and it's still going to take a while until this game is going to come. Once this episode is out, I've already released the first episodes. It should be at episode 3 or 4 right now, of the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing, so the next new core games game. And well, if there are any games out there you would like to see, guys, tell me, and I will consider it. I'm, to be honest, I'm steadily looking for new games, and if you have suggestions, I will take a look into it, because I of course would play games you would like to see I would play as well. For example, Eisenhorn Xenos, not the best game out there, I have sadly to say, but I played it because it was a suggestion out of the comments. So if you have anything out there which could be played, it can even be a bad game, I don't have any problem with that, then tell me, and I will of course. I don't want to say I will 100% bring it, but the chance is quite high that I'm going to release the videos on the channel. And yes, I haven't played through Space Wolf yet. That brings me to the point. I normally play through all the games on the channel, even if I notice that I really don't like the game I play through, whether that is bad or not. But once I started the game, I end it. Space Wolf I did not conclude yet. I will conclude it, and sorry that there has been a little break. But normally I will end the game like I ended Echo. I know not many people watched the Let's Play of Echo. By the way, one of the good games I've played this year and the last year, no, this year actually, as well as Observer, which haven't been watched by too many people, but I still, you know, play through the games, even if they are, you know, not being that heavily watched. So there I'm still thankful that Inquisitor Martyr, at least for the circles I'm in right now, in view-wise, is still going good. So there I am really thank you, and a big thank you for especially the guys of you who are watching this regularly. Thank you. That is always a nice feeling if people are really watching the videos.
You have averted a disaster. All the warp gates are sealed, although I can still hear the echoes.
I don't know. So, thank you for you guys who are constantly watching the videos. That means really much to me. That is much appreciated, and I love every single one of you. That is what I wanted to bring out as well. But now we are sadly already at the end of this episode. I think that was a longer one, wasn't it? It was a little bit longer, but anyhow, that sometimes just happens. And do you know what? I cleared out our inventory in the off, at least a little bit, so we are not running into a full inventory here again, like in the last episode, which I always try not to do, but you can't always deal with that. Alright, I will try out the Inferno pistol plus the Les pistol. That is a try I would like to do. So let's then take a small look here. Do we have a inoculator? Would make sense? No, actually not. This purity seal, this signum, nothing too special. What I think, maybe I oversee it. I'll take that one because of the plus all damage. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. I don't know whether that came with the last content patch or the content patch before. It was easier to see what items are new. Well, I will probably do it like that now in the future, that I clear out the inventory before. But it was easier to see where your new items are. Anyhow, guys, that brings us already to the end of this episode. And as you can see, we have a new Inferno pistol right now, or a new pistol there, which is good. And let me quickly take a look how the game was called. Give me a second. I will cut here and tell you then. So, the game I looked up, the game I meant was Iron Harvest. That is going to land on my channel. I will definitely going to play this game. I can't tell you whether that is going to be already in the first, I don't know whether alpha or beta versions. I don't know whether I can bring any content there, because, you know, some companies don't want them videos to be out. For example, I played the Warhammer 2 beta, you know, 2 or 3 missions there, but I couldn't bring anything on the channel because they said please don't bring anything to YouTube. So I can't tell you whether that is the same with Iron Harvest, but I will definitely at the full release bring this game to the channel. Latest full release, I hope already in the alpha or beta stage. Anyhow, that's that for now. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, as usual, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and well, you beautiful people, I hopefully see you tomorrow in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day, stay frosty, bye.